Interview with ESPN, Odell Beckham Jr. criticized his team, his coach, and his quarterback. Then on the field yesterday, Odell had a big day with a touchdown pass to Saquon Barkley, but he also had a TD catch. But the Giants still lost, and they're now 1-4. After the game, Odell did not shy away from his earlier comments. You gotta hear this.
I don't regret anything that I said. If it took that for us to come together as a team like we did today, I could take that every single time. I kind of spoke to the team just to relay the message that sometimes stuff comes off the wrong way. Words can be portrayed in any kind of light. If it took that to get us going, I can take that. I'm trying to be a leader. This is a position that I've never been in. I'm trying to grow. I'm learning on the way, so I'm on the fly. But I'm proud of where we went today. We gave it all. We came against adversity, calls here and there. We can never rely on the refs to win the game, but there was calls here and there that were questionable or this and that, and we kept fighting. We kept fighting. And that's all I could ask for.
Okay, Shannon, do you buy the explanation?
Hell no. This was all about Odell, Skip Bayless. This has always been about Odell. And I've been trying to say, you know what, he going to get his money. Odell's going to be a leader. We heard Antrell Rose. Odell can be one of the greatest leaders in Giants history. He
said that.
Well, he's not even close. Well, this is what he said in the interview. He says, I see other receivers out there getting the ball like they should, and if they don't, they say something about it.
Okay.
You know who he's talking about, Skip Bayless. Who is he talking about? The guy up in Pittsburgh. That's who he's talking about. See, this is not about the team. This is about Odell and Odell getting his numbers. He talking about, well, if it took this to bring the team together. You didn't bring no team together. They say that there's an old saying, Skip, that says it's okay to lie if it will spare someone great harm or danger.
Good thought.
If you ain't...
Grandfather?
No. I read that somewhere ago, but about 15, 20 years ago. Now it stuck with me. Skip, if you're a leader, how does you being a leader attacking another leader show leadership?
Great question.
I'm like, Odell, are you for real? The great thing about a leader is knowing what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. They ask him, is Eli the problem? He's not
mobile. He can't escape.
How about saying, you know what? We're all the problem. The New York Football Giants are losing, not just Eli. Well, do you want to be in New York? You should have said you didn't want to be in New York, or you didn't know if you wanted to be in New York before the Mara and the Tisches unloaded $60 million guaranteed dollars on your butt.
Yep.
But you didn't say that. Now, all of a sudden, you get in front of a microphone, and now you want to talk about, oh, this brought us together. This pushed you further apart. Odell, you just don't get it. And I thought you would by now. I think he might be, for all I know, I've only met him a handful of times in passing, Skip.
Yep.
He might be a great young man, but he does not get what it takes to be a leader. No. He does not understand that he plays a team sport. It can't always be about you, Odell. Every receiver thinks he should catch 10 balls for $1.50 and 2 tubs a week, Skip. But it doesn't work out like that.
Yep.
Odell, what did you think was going to happen? Do I think the Giants regret this deal? They probably regret it the day they gave it to him, but they were in a position, a predicament where they really had no choice.
Yep.
Because like you said, this is a star-driven league.
It is.
He is a star. But unlike a lot of stars, I think all stars are selfish. He just does the worst job of hiding it. It becomes painfully obvious. Every time he talks, it's about Odell. How can Odell get better? Not the team, because the worst thing that ever happened to him, Skip, is that he made that catch, they lost the game, and he still became a hero. He still became a superstar. Because then he realized, I don't need to win in order to be bigger than you. Normally it takes winning, and then as the team wins, have team success, I have success. But no, they lost, and they lost a bunch that year. But everybody was talking, man, you see Odell? Odell might be the best receiver ever. Odell better than Jerry. Odell better than Randy Moss. He doesn't get it, Skip. It's always going to be about him, and I don't really know if he's conducive for winning championships. You might win a game or two there. And guess what, Skip? You saw Sterling Shepard on the sideline. Odell rubbing off on him.
He is.
he trying to
He's turning into little Odell. He is.
call him discount Odell.
Yep, he is discount Odell. Whew.
It's not a good look.
So, to your point, big picture. From what I know of Odell, and I don't know him personally, but from what I've heard, people who do know him, I think he's basically a good kid, seriously, who just doesn't get it and will never, ever get it. He's gone over the edge into social media madness, and he's lost. And I said the day after the Giants gave him $65 million guaranteed to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the game, it was a big mistake. And I stand by that because I'm going to say it one more time. It was only 5 months before he got his money that Paris video hit the internet, and in it, I don't know exactly what was going on.
Stop.
You know, I don't know what was going on. What did you say? No, she didn't say a word. But there was, dare I say, suspicious activity going on in that video.
What's suspicious about eating pizza with an IG model?
Well, let's just leave it at that. But we all know what looked like was going on there. So Odell went to training camp, and he was on his best behavior. And everybody started talking about, wait a minute, Odell could become the leader of this football team. But obviously, Odell wanted his money, and he got his money. And all of a sudden, the New York Football Giants recreated the social media monster that is Odell Beckham Jr., and he turned on them and devoured them. Because you're right, when everything goes wrong and he's not getting his numbers, he has to deflect the blame. He has to point fingers at all the problems around him because it's not Odell's fault.
Right.
And to his credit, he's saying, well, heap more responsibility on me. I just want more balls. Well, he doesn't want more balls because he wants to win games. He just wants to star. He just wants to live up to Antonio or whoever else. You know, he's just, you can't make a leader of a football team the diva receiver. It's like an oxymoron. They just don't go together. There's only one that I encountered, and I've told you this before. Your man, Michael Irvin, and my man, Michael Irvin, he was not a diva receiver. He was just a star receiver who became the leader of a football team that should have won 4 straight Super Bowls. Maybe 5 for that matter. But the point was they did win 3. And Michael Irvin was the driving force of those teams. Why? Because winning was everything to him. He was possessed. He was driven to win, not to star. He didn't care about his numbers. They were not a real passing football team. No. I told you, for Troy Aikman's career, he averaged under 200 yards passing per game. And Michael he was the playmaker. He made all the big 3rd and 9 catches, but he didn't he didn't do Terrell Owens. He didn't catch 20 passes a game, right? So the point is, there was truth to a lot of things that Odell said, right? I mean, but what's the point?
Right. If that's in team sports.
Yeah. What good does it do you? Well, he can argue last night, and we saw him after the game, because I will give him this. They did respond as a football team to whatever adversity. Am I going to give him credit for that response yesterday at Carolina? But they played well. They were in position, took a 63-yard field goal to give him an L.
Normally, this is what a leader would do. We're not playing well. I can do better too. It's not Eli, it's not the defense, it's the team. The Giants aren't playing well. And since I'm a member of the Giants, I bear responsibility. I bear some culpability in that. Instead of, Eli can't throw. Yeah, I love catching shallow crosses, but I want to catch the ball over the top.
Like everybody else gets to.
I'm getting out, they're out scheming me. Basically taking a shot at Pat Sherman saying, look, he see what Adam Thielen's doing. Since the merger, no receivers start the season with 5 straight 100-yard games. He see that. He see Julio complain for the ball. Not Julio. Antonio Brown complain for the ball. Now he gets 9 for $110, $115, 2 touches. He sees that because that's what he said. He said, I see what receivers do, and when they don't get the ball, they complain, and then the next week or the week after, they get the ball. So this is what I'm going to start doing. It's not about whether we win or lose. It's not whether or not I'm trying to do what's best for the team. I need to do what's best for Odell. And what's best for Odell is to catch these balls. So y'all keep talking about me when y'all mention the great receivers. Because basically, when you talk about receivers, you go Julio, AB. But now, particular, now Okay, now Adam Thielen started to mention his name. Oh, Mike Evans and Michael Thomas.
Yep.
You got to go now. All of a sudden it used to be Odell was third.
Yep.
But now you mentioning other guys. Hold on, I can't fault. They gave me this.
Yeah, I agree.
Why don't Skip Eli? Why?
I'm with you. So now to the deal breaker quote that you mentioned. And I got a text yesterday from our man Michael Rappaport, who's going to be on the show later this week. He was born and raised in New York, and he said the crushing blow for Giants fans, and he's a lifelong Giants fan, was this quote that you mentioned on the ESPN interview. He was asked, "Are you truly happy in New York?" And he went off about L.A. And again, we love L.A., but we didn't get $65 million to play for the Giants, did we? And he says, obviously, I love seeing the sunshine all the time. I love being in L.A. I just like the atmosphere. You can't say that in New York after they gave you $65 million to be the leader of the football team.
That's when you go and say, look, guy, Mr. Tish, Mr. Mara.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love that you guys gave me an opportunity. But I think it would be best for you and I
agree.
If you try and move me and get whatever you can for me.
Yep.
I would prefer to be in L.A., but I don't want to be in New York.
That is correct.
But no, that's not what you did.
And
you took the money, and now all of a sudden you haven't buying
He even admitted, he said, I used to get butterflies before games, like in a good way. And he said, now I don't get butterflies. Like he didn't even care about playing for the Giants. Really? Oh, that's the deal breaker. That's the one that's going to resonate this week.
Skip. Odell sees himself as a Drake. He sees himself as a Little Wayne.
Well, he tours with Drake.
He doesn't.
Lil Wayne was sitting next to him. Yeah.
He doesn't see himself.
It kind of emboldened Odell to speak out.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't see himself as a football player.
He doesn't.
I
agree. He's an entertainer.
Yes.
I agree.
Bigger. He sees himself. Yes.
I agree.
Well,
and it can't be that way.
He's got one touchdown, so I don't know if he is a football player right now. He's got a lot more to prove, and it's a bit embarrassing, to be honest. A lot of finger pointing. Are we pointing any fingers at Aaron Rodgers? Does he deserve any of the blame for another Packers loss?
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Is he going to be okay over here? We'll discuss that with Greg Jennings next.